Hello and welcome once again for whatever we're calling this, the Barbecue Ranch. I haven't come up with the title yet. We'll come up with a title later. Anyway, thanks for coming back. Today we're going to go a little bit different and talk about equipment, specifically gloves. I kind of have a thing for gloves and hats. Not just hats that fit your head, but like beanies. I don't know why. I love gloves and beanies. Work gloves and beanies. I don't know. I'm weird. What else is new, right? So, when I was working at my friend's house, I was wearing some Carhartt gloves. And I'll preface all of this by saying, not sponsored by anybody. And these gloves were pretty nice. You know, they have little Velcro and they held up really well. I liked them. Didn't really have any major complaints until they got wet, and I think they had too much leather in them. And anybody that wears anything leather knows once it gets wet, it it's not the same ever again. So these Carhartt gloves have been through a lot, as you can tell, and I just now noticed I actually have a hole in them, and there's another seam coming out there. That's not my complaint though. My complaint is I think they had too much leather in the palms, and they got wet, and they didn't quite hold up. But my biggest beef, not just with these, but these other gloves that I have, is how they fit around my watch. Now, weekend warriors are gonna wear a watch. Hate to tell you. Left hand, right hand, whatever. I'm right-handed, so I wear my watch on my left hand. For the longest time, I wore it on my right hand. Yeah, I know, I'm weird. But the Carhartt, and maybe I had them too long. Maybe I used them too much and they just wore out, and I needed new gloves. But I've also had these gloves for a while. These are Wells Lamont Hydro Hide. I don't know. They've still got leather on the palm and the backside, just like my Carhartts. But they held up better, and I don't know why. I've used them just as much. Yes, I've labeled them dark side, light side. I know I'm weird. Um, what can I say? That's just my watch. That's what I was talking about. So how it fits around my watch, barely, barely. And sometimes I wish it it pulled up further, and sometimes I wish it pulled up shorter. I have been known to flip them and kind of invert them. But what I find is it actually pushes the buttons and starts workouts or like changing settings, taking screenshots. I'm surprised it hasn't called the police on me yet. But yeah, so I don't know where I'm going with this. Other than I like my Wells Lamont. I've always liked them. Carhartt, decent glove. They just, once they got wet, that was the end of them. My Wells Lamont's gotten wet before, and they seem to do okay. So maybe it's a different type of leather. They're obviously two different colors, but that doesn't mean anything, because you can dye leather. So that's it. I'm exhausted. It's a lot of raking, and for whatever reason the leaf blower hurt my back. It usually doesn't, but it did today. But the good news is, fingers crossed, the county permit's going to go in tomorrow. Hopefully that won't take too long to get approved, and then we'll be back over renovating my childhood home once again. We did, I'll make another video on that one, but fingers crossed we'll get some new content coming soon. If I get knocked out by an acorn, that would be hilarious and painful. Alright, I'm gonna go take a shower, eat some lunch. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching.